What if a company most people have never heard of is quietly building the backbone of the entire AI economy? Even better, what if two of the biggest tech companies on the planet just committed over $20 billion to it? But is it enough to bring the stock from $100 to $500 by the end of the decade? Today, I'm breaking down Nebius Group, where it came from, why Meta and Microsoft are betting billions on it, and whether this is a realistic five-bagger opportunity or just another AI hype trade. Because when a company goes from zero to tripling revenue in just 1 year, while locking in massive long-term contracts, you have to ask a simple question. Is this the next major AI infrastructure winner, or is this the risk that's being wildly underestimated? Let's break it down. If you're new to the channel, hey, what's up? My name is Rick Orford. I've been trading since 1999, and no, I'm not a financial advisor. That's a good thing. I break down the numbers so retail investors like us can make smarter, more confident decisions with their money.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. And you all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by almost 6 times. Go to fool.com/Ricko to get your 10 stock picks right now.
Nebius Group is based in the Netherlands. This company actually spun out from Yandex in 2024 due to the sanctions tied to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Nebius kept the engineering talent and the core technology, but it now operates as a fully independent Western company and became public in late 2024. Today, Nebius builds cloud infrastructure specifically for AI. Here's a simple version, right? When companies want to train AI models or run AI applications, they need some massive computing power. Well, Nebius rents out that computing power. So instead of spending millions or billions of dollars building their own data centers, full of GPUs, companies can just rent capacity from Nebius. The customers, they file into 2 buckets. First are the hyperscalers. These are the massive tech companies like Meta and Microsoft that need enormous GPU capacity for large AI projects. Second are the smaller AI companies and enterprises that want to build AI applications but don't want or have the upfront cost for their own infrastructure. So what makes Nebius different from Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud? Well, those companies started as general-purpose cloud platforms. Nebius, though, specializes on AI infrastructure. Because of that focus, everything is designed specifically for AI, which leads to better performance and lower costs for customers running AI. And importantly, the management team comes from Yandex, where they already built massive infrastructure at scale in the past. This isn't a team that's learning on the job. Now, just last month, Nebius launched AI Cloud 3.1 using Nvidia's Blackwell Ultra chips. According to reports, these are the most powerful AI processors that are available right now. This also made Nebius the first company in Europe to run both the GB300 NVL72 and the HGX B300 systems in production. And that timing, it matters. Nebius recently signed a $3 billion deal with Meta over 5 years, and they also locked in a major partnership with Microsoft. So when these new, more powerful GPUs arrive, it makes it easier for customers to secure even more capacity. Management is now targeting annual revenue of between $7 and $9 billion for the full year 2025. I think this Blackwell deployment plays a big role in hitting those numbers. More powerful hardware supports higher pricing, and being first in Europe gives Nebius a real edge. That combination should drive meaningful financial momentum. Now, let's have a look at the numbers. In the third quarter of 2025, revenue jumped to just over $146 million. That's 3x revenue in just 12 months. I mean, you rarely see that in a business that has to physically build data centers. Gross profit also grew at the same pace, also up 237% to just over $103 million, while gross margins held steady at 71%. And that's important because usually when companies grow this fast, they have to cut prices to win customers, and guess what? Margins fall. Nebius managed to triple the revenue without sacrificing margins. I mean, that tells me that customers value what they offer. For a data center business, 71% gross margins, it's exceptional. But there is another part of the story. Operating loss increased 50% to $130.2 million. Net loss jumped 131% to just under $120 million. And those losses might scare some investors, but this is typical for a fast-growing infrastructure company that's aggressively building out capacity. On the balance sheet, current assets reached just over $5.2 billion. This gives Nebius a lot of room to execute, although this cash came from investor raises, not from profits. At the same time, property and equipment surged 548% to $3.1 billion. And that's because the company is spending heavily on data centers, buying land, constructing buildings, and installing tens of thousands of expensive GPUs, right? For me, though, the key question is funding. Can Nebius continue spending at this pace without diluting shareholders too much? Infrastructure businesses often use debt that's backed by long-term contracts, and investors do need to keep a close eye out on the share count. For full year 2025, Nebius tightened their revenue guidance to between $500 and $550 million. They already did $146 million in the third quarter, so hitting the midpoint means the fourth quarter is going to need to come in around $235 million. Management also introduced 2026 annual recurring revenue guidance of between $7 and $9 billion. That's 7 to 9 times increase from the 2025 exit rate in just 1 year. And that growth is driven by two massive contracts. First is Meta. They've committed $3 billion in capacity, while Microsoft committed between $17 and $19 billion over multiple years. So now for the big question. Can Nebius go from $100 to $500 a share by 2030? Well, with about 252 million shares outstanding, that would imply a market cap of around $126 billion. That puts Nebius in the same conversation as some major cloud companies today. For that to happen, several things need to go right. First, revenue growth has to stay massive, right? Nebius has to hit that 7 to 9 billion in recurring revenue by the end of 2026, then scale to 30 billion in annual revenue by 2030. That means growth above 400% for the next couple of years, then slowing down after that. The good news is the company already has roughly 20 billion in signed contracts already. Second, profitability needs to arrive by 2027. Right now, the company is losing money. By 2027, those data centers need to be fully operational and generating cash. Third, the build-out has to execute almost perfectly. Nebius plans to deploy 2.5 gigawatts of capacity this year in 2026, then another 5 to 10 gigawatts by 2030. To put that into perspective, building 1 gigawatt costs between $2 and $3 billion. So that's an expense as much as $20 billion in construction spending over 5 years. And once built, those data centers need to stay at least 90% utilized because empty capacity burns cash. And then we have customer diversification. This is another key factor. Meta and Microsoft are the foundation. But Nebius needs more, at least 2 or 3 new large customers, plus a bunch of smaller enterprise clients. Right now, if either Meta or Microsoft pulls back, the business is going to feel it immediately. And then we've got capital management. Nebius needs to raise another 10 to 15 billion. If they issue more shares, shareholder returns will shrink even if the business succeeds. Smart use of debt will matter a lot here. Finally, Nebius has to win market share. The company competes with companies like CoreWeave and Lambda Labs and even the big cloud providers like Amazon, Microsoft, and even Google. If Nebius can manage to capture between 5 and 8% of the AI cloud market by 2030, the math for a 5x return starts to work out. There are real risks investors need to watch, and these are things that often come up in my Discord group. For example, GPU supply constraints could return if AI spending accelerates even further. Nebius relies on Nvidia GPUs, so any supply issues here will delay buildouts and revenue. There's also the risk of AI spending slowdown. If the AI boom turns out to be overhyped or returns disappoint, Nebius could be left holding extremely expensive assets. And of course, share dilution matters. If Nebius issues more than 20% additional shares to fund growth, existing shareholders will take a hit. So where does the stock stand today? Well, Nebius is trading around $100 a share. At that price, the stock trades at roughly 71 times sales. That means investors are paying $71 for every $1 of revenue. And if you think that's expensive, it's because it is. But the stock's performance helps to explain at least some of it. Nebius is up 221% over the last 52 weeks. And this is momentum driven by excitement around AI infrastructure and those massive hyperscaler dealers. The market is clearly betting that Nebius will grow fast enough to make today's valuation look reasonable down the road. But we all want to know, is Nebius a buy right now? Well, consider that a consensus among 8 analysts rate Nebius a moderate buy with an average score of 4.38 out of 5. That rating has held steady over the last 3 months, and the high target price is $211, which implies as much as 111% upside from current levels. The risks are real, but manageable. Customer concentration is the biggest concern, at least for me. Of course, Meta and Microsoft both signed binding contracts worth billions of dollars because they need this infrastructure for their own AI strategies. So yeah, the valuation is high, no question, but if Nebius can execute on most of its plan, the stock, it'll go up from here. Getting to $500 by 2030 is going to require some hyper growth, margin expansion, customer diversification, and disciplined capital management. This is a high-risk, high-reward AI infrastructure play. It's not for conservative investors. But if you can tolerate volatility, the opportunity could be very interesting. Now, I want to turn it over to you. Do you think Nebius really has a shot at $500 by the end of the decade? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, if you found the video helpful, do like and subscribe because it helps others find the video, it supports the channel, and of course, you won't miss out on my next deep dive. Well, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.